I remember.
Did you wait? We're live, by the way, just so you know.
Okay, yeah, no worries. I thought we already were.
No, no, no. I always I like to give like a heads up on beforehand.
Yeah, so I remember in the D-Gods earlier days with Dust, and when they were introducing Dusties, they had regular NFT raffles. And I just remember that they put up a Mindfolk founder for the prize in Dusties, and at that time, Mindfolk, I think, had the highest floor price of any Solana NFT collection. Or if it wasn't the highest, it was very high. Like, it was, I don't know, it was around 100 Sol, maybe more. I can't remember, but it was very high. And it was a huge prize for someone to win. And I can't recall who won it, but whoever won it just instantly floored it.
Which is always the case. Well, I mean, like, it's not always the case, but like it happens, right?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, it's one of those things that in the Discord people were debating, should he just floor it? Is that what you do? It was worth a lot of money at the time. And anyway, I never owned one, and I just thought, I wonder if they're still around. And I saw that Chris Taylor was having a conversation with them. Not that I listened to it or even know whether it's even been on or not, but I thought I'll just have a bit of a look around there. And they've got a bit of a story, how it went bad, and they've had a community takeover, which I thought was interesting considering when you were talking about, I think you were talking with someone about Oogie a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I think you ended up buying a 1 of 1 live on the stream for some really low price. And I suppose the topic of D-Rugs has come up a bit lately, hasn't it, on ETH with that Bored Ape who was in negotiations to buy something Sup Ducks, wasn't it? And Adam Weinstein or whatever his name is, I can't remember his name. He came into the chat and offered the guy $50K US to help him out with the acquisition. Then I think it was Luca Netz who came in and said, nobody should be paying to derug an NFT project at this stage of the game, surely. So anyway, it just got me thinking about D-Rugs, I guess.
D-Rugs with the what's the you mean like the actual rug right now?
Well, when the original founders basically abandoned the project, I suppose. Or if they're still there, they are not very successful. They're not they're not bringing the project along in any meaningful way.
Oh wait, sorry, I'm mistaken. I thought you meant like the Dusty's thing, like the D-Rug kind of thing, but like.
Sorry, I've already forgotten about that because I didn't win one. So.
Yeah, fuck them, right?
Exactly.
Well, it's interesting food for thought because, like, you know what? Like, I have a collection which I'm very salty about. By the way, like, I'm just like engaging with the chat a little bit. Ankus is saying, "How are you doing, bro? Can you please give me websites in search for this?" Yes, go.orbisunsol.io or tensor.trade. Enjoy. But like do you know lilies or like
yes,
lilies?
Yes.
I am still salty about those. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. And didn't the founder kind of publicly announce that he was quitting on it?
So what happened was there was I don't think I can like still find the someone made like some a very funny gif on it or gif on it to
Yeah.
where he basically was riding a bicycle, put like a stick in like his frontal wheel to where he falls and then he goes crying on.
Oh yeah.
Right. And so basically what happened there was, let me just like pull up Lily's, because you know what, the art is actually like really cool. I think like this was the first female collection I was aware of, and I think like it looks cartoony, it looks nice.
Yeah.
The guy literally slipped over banana peel. Wait, Ankas, like you can literally check this tensor dot trade, like do it yourself, man. Like we promote like being proactive in life, so stop being a lazy shit and just get at it. So anyways, he literally slipped over banana peel and then went like, I'm burnout.
Yeah.
Then it got passed on to Raynon, who is this guy. He was the owner of Fuddies, which is a NFT on Solana, no, on Sui.
Yep.
And he never fucking did anything with it.
Yeah. Has almost 50,000 followers there, I see, and doesn't get your follow.
No, I mean, I've requested them to release the IP for like quite some times.
And you don't get any reply?
No.
No. So it's what? Just a dormant collection, is it now?
Which kind of, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Which kind of sucks. I mean, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, that was like the first one I actually liked a lot.
Yeah.
It's good art, and like I even got like a 1-on-1. I got like a bunch of like these. I think like this is actually like pretty good looking.
Yeah.
Well, what you gonna do?
Exactly. I mean, that's the trouble, isn't it? You are very much at the mercy of the team in that instance, aren't you? I suppose in some respects that's the argument for something like CryptoPunks or Mooncats or whatever, isn't it, on ETH, that they've got such old, I don't know, provenance isn't probably even the word, but the concept of just pure decentralization and no expectation really from a community or anything like that, just a pure digital asset, I guess.
You know what? I do kind of feel that DGOTS is potentially getting there. I think that might actually be like the only. I don't think that DGOTS is at like the level of like punks, obviously.
No.
But I do kind of feel that would be like the only logical, fair-ish explanation for Frank stepping back and the team being like as well as in the background.
Yeah, very much. Yeah, like you say, background, not at the forefront, not pushing and driving and trying to hype and that sort of thing, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And I mean, probably I couldn't speak for all of those projects that you have on screen, but to a large extent, that's where most most of the OG projects seem to be at, I would suggest.
Sorry.
I mean, well, I just mean that the team's quite often taking the back seat these days.
Yeah. And I kind of get it sometimes.
Mm.
I don't know. Like at the very least, you would like to see like some founders actually like believing more in their own product than their own community, right? And I think like that's not too crazy to ask.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, at least some of them are still doing spaces, still active in the Discord. Yeah. But hey, as you said, it's picking up, isn't it? Because well, the Bored Ape pump, those two CryptoPunk sales yesterday.
I should probably make a video on that.
Yeah. I mean, I was having a look at OpenSea for those two sales. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it seemed as though the first one sold, and then the person who sold it then went and bought the second one. Was that your interpretation of what happened? I was just going off the addresses of the people who bought them.
I don't think they're being sold through OpenSea, right? Don't they have their own platform? By the way, like small little shout out to Mr. Champ. We see you lurking. Don't they have their own trading platform, Jules?
Maybe. I don't know. It's always been out of my league, so
yeah.
I mean, I know Yuga has their OTC desk now, and yeah, but I thought that the sales were listed on OpenSea. So if you were on OpenSea and you had a look at CryptoPunks and you had a look at activity, you can see those two sales from yesterday.
Wait, actually, like quite many have been sold lately.
If you just go to activity. Yeah, there. Scroll down. Oh, yeah, I think you just went past them. Yeah. So, if I just assume that because they're showing up on OpenSea's activity that they were sales through OpenSea, but maybe I'm wrong in assuming that.
Interesting.
Someone more in the loop in CryptoPunks can let us know, I guess.
It also like really obliterates any kind of argument that a like low floor price kind of project is better, quote unquote, better than like a higher one, right?
Yeah. I think also on a project of such high market cap as CryptoPunks that you just don't get the volume that probably we're used to on Solana, where we're so used to, especially in Medievals and DGods Discord and that sort of thing. We're so used to people looking for trades so frequently and seeing quite a few sales every day, but on something like CryptoPunks, you could go several days at times without there being a single sale, but they still retain their value, I guess.
It's true. It's true. Did you know that like what do you reckon the CryptoPunk dominance is within NFTs?
Ooh, I don't know. Have you got it handy?
I mean, like, hold your horses for this one. I think, like, I guess it's somewhere around like 37%.
Right.
Let's 37. There we go. Isn't that nuts?
It really is. But I suppose even one sale at the floor obliterates almost every other project in one sale, doesn't it? In terms of volume.
Mox Park is saying illiquidity is a feature, not a bug. Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Well, that is the whole name of the game, isn't it? Non-fungible. So
yeah,
they were kind of turned into fungible tokens with all the farming and the bids and that sort of thing, and the pools.
Yeah. It kind of also like beats the point of NFTs to begin with, right? Like it's not bad or it's not good. It's whatever it is.
Yeah.
But it's not like you're gonna get yourself like a 20% of the holofoil Charizard at the end of the day.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, so it does seem that some of the ETH volume is potentially having a flow-on effect, at least, into the Solana ecosystem, isn't it?
So you know what? Like this is kind of where I think it's kind of like chicken and the egg, right? Because like what costs Ethereum to start? I think like at some point it's very simple. Like remember, Jules, when you had like a few months ago that whenever you were remotely bullish on NFTs, people were like, what's gonna be your catalyst? And I mean, like, tell me, like, what's been the catalyst? Because, like, I cannot say anything in particular to where it's like, oh yeah, well, this clearly happened.
I mean, from the Bored Ape Yacht Club perspective, it was simply a change in CEO, wasn't it? The appointment of a new CEO and the old CEO going back to, I don't know, chair of the board or whatever.
Yeah. Well, but like let's call it like it is. And I don't think that DGOTS is at the same level as Bored Apes, but DGOTS had like a change in like scenery, and no one fucking cared. Right?
or they cared in a negative way at the time when Frank decided to step back.
It's true. Shout out to Naxamono. Appreciate you tuning in again, brother.
But I mean, if there was another change, then it might have the reverse effect, right? And you know, you would know this from your experience with charting, that sometimes the chart's just bottomed out, hasn't it? It's oversold and oversold, and it's retested at an old level or something like that. And you can look for any potential news, but sometimes it's just all in the chart, isn't it?
Yeah, I think like well, it also that is kind of chicken and the egg, because like charting at the end of the day is just like observing things, right? And if there's like any correlations you can make within like the observing within price action, I think what happened with NFTs is that at some point, I mean, like this is just my train of thought, right? I always wanted to get myself like a DGOT or an SMB or whatever, and at some point you got like an asset which is still like the exact same. It just devaluated by 90%, literally like what, 5 times over, to where it's like, well, you know what, like there's all these sub buyers who are crying, etc., but I just like collecting this shit, and I think like this is probably a good time to start like building upon this collection, and let's see what it would turn out to. But like I don't think there's a lot to lose here. And if so, then so be it. But like I just like collecting these things as at some point people at some point Pokemon cards were worthless, right?
And you only need a really relatively small number of people who feel that way, who can propel the price upwards. I mean, you know, with NFTs, with such small collections, that can that can be one person at first, and then others just start chasing, don't they? So
For sure. So like, let me give you some crazy metrics. So the so listen, Jules, listen to this. The entirety of like the NFT market capitalization is still lower than Shiba Inu market cap.
Yeah. But I remember listening to a YouTuber once, it was during a bear market, and he was saying the Bitcoin was showing a bit of strength at this time, and he was calling it retard strength. And it was basically that it got to the point that the only ones left were the retards, but these retards had such conviction or such passion or whatever. It's like that with our NFTs. It's like, we just want to collect stuff.
Yeah,
we're showing retard strength because no matter what, we're going to keep collecting them.
it's true. It's true. I mean, I think like this is still like a great asset, right? Like it's still like a really it's fun. I'm like, Jules, we've never seen each other, right? In real life. I mean, like, God willingly so, like I'm sure we'll pound like a beer or two at like some point in life.
For sure.
Right? But like, other than that, like there's something to be said that you can connect with people on the other side of the world without ever interacting, without like, you can just like share this passion to where, I mean, like if you have like your Pokemon cards, it's kind of like just like security wise, it's already like kind of a drag to just like get your binder there.
Well, I just don't have much experience with the physical trading at all, really. So I don't even know how it's done. Presumably through some kind of auction house, is it? I don't know.
Yeah.
How do the big Pokemon sales occur? What's the process there?
So I'm not too deep into Pokemon. Small little shout out to Crypto Emmet. Like it's fun to see like the same people starting to show up daily. But like I think like there's several avenues. I think you have auction houses, but I would reckon that's more for like the bigger sales and like whatever you wanna buy yourself from an auction house. I think you have like a lot of conventions or conferences to where like a lot of trading takes place, and I mean, like these shops have popped up like there's no tomorrow, really. So I think like those are your avenues.
And does something like, I haven't really explored Collector Crypt, but does that tokenize the real world asset of some of these cards? Does it? Do you know? Are you familiar with them?
I've heard of them.
Right. Oh, that's all right. That's all right. I just thought I'd ask in case you were familiar with how they worked, because I'm not really, but I've seen them on raffles on the raffle site, and I've seen them just on Tensor and ME. So
yeah, I'm sure you saw it on Magic Eden.
I don't know, what does it go with Magic Eden at the moment? It's really buggy, isn't it? Or it's not showing some of the collections properly. I don't know.
What I have like a lot is basically whenever whenever I just like browse collections that all of a sudden they kind of disappear.
Yeah.
Well, they got like so much shit. They actually like changed like the.
That was you calling them out.
They never responded though. I guess like I'm not big enough yet, but like I will drag their asses through the mud. Like I will never ever let like a chance slip to just like throw some shit at these bastards.
Yeah. Yep.
Can you just imagine this, Jules? Like, all what's left of like their stake token is like not even 3 mil.
Far out. I did not know that. Anyways, whatever I was given, I just staked, and now I can't even access it because I didn't write down the seed phrase, and I had to, and the wallet was deprecated, and my phone was old, and it wouldn't update to the latest wallet, so it's probably worth about $50 anyway.
Yeah.
I've written it off as just don't worry about it.
Yeah, you might as well. I don't think that worrying is gonna change a thing here.
Yeah.
Dang, like that's but you know what, like I've been actually like in good touch with Rico on Orbis. Like are you into them by any chance?
No, I'm not. Is it still in the, what's the phase called?
The beta phase.
Beta phase? Is it still in that? Yeah. Can anyone access it? As in, you don't need to have your wallet approved or anything like that, do you?
If you want to get your wallet approved, like I am sure, like if you just like send me the wallet, I can just like forward it to him. I'm sure he'll approve you.
Yeah.
If you'd like to.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy to jump ship.
Well, you know what, like at the very least with Orbis, it's nice to see that. I mean, like, just how crazy is this, like a CEO or like a founder actually being bullish on their own products? Like that's literally like that's
good.
I mean, this is like the threshold. Like this is basically like, these are the targets to be a good founder these days. Can you just imagine that?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, how times have changed. I don't know if you were around in the days where, I can't remember the name of the project now, but they had their own marketplace. And the...
Sensorians?
Nah, it was before that. It was like, was it Piggy Soul Piggy Gang or something? I can't actually remember, but their floor price was going bananas because their marketplace was giving out as a rev share to only the holders of their NFTs. And then out of nowhere, they got completely spooked, thinking that they were going to get in trouble with the IRS in America or something. And so they said, out of nowhere, they just said, we're not giving out any rev share anymore. And the floor price tanked like 90% in 24 hours. But someone in the audience might remember who they were. I can't remember. I think it was Soul Piggy Gang or something like that. But anyways, in some respects, this reminds me of that because it's, it's rewarding the participants in any way. I know ME does that on small scale with the packs and that sort of thing. Did Soul Piggy Gang come up with anything there?
Let's see.
I don't know. They Piggy Soul Gang. That might have been them.
This one?
Yeah, I think that was them, Yeah. Yeah, they used to have their own marketplace and they totally, as I said, they got spooked. All they really had to do was wait for clarity and I don't know. Maybe it would have all turned out just fine. I don't know. Or maybe they were just ahead of the game and doing things they shouldn't have. I don't know. But anyway, it makes me interested in Orbis to see how they go. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hopeful with Orbis. I think like their founder, like I think really highly of their founder so far because like I mean you can't, again, like I cannot endorse anyone, right? Like with the shit which has been passing lately, like
Yeah.
um,
I didn't listen to it, but I got the summary. Yeah.
yeah.
I read the
But
Discord abstract.
yeah, it's well, you know what? Like if I touch up upon that, I'll make like a response to this. But basically, like the premise is like, hey, it should be definitive to where it's either like no, nothing shady is going on, and because like at the end of the day, I'm not really like interested in like the speculation part, right? And in my opinion, I did not get like that definitive kind of answer, and like it sends me to say it. I'm not saying like, hey, it's good, it's bad, it's shit, it's not. But what I am saying though is that like I was looking for like 100% clarity, and in my opinion, I did not get like the 100% clarity to where I'm like, hey, like everything is good and good in the gang, folks. Whoops.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's a shame. At the very least, you would have got a bit of a vibe, I suppose. But anyway,
You're
you don't
asking
have
me
to.
on my speculation.
You don't have to speculate if you don't want to. It doesn't matter. But you know, you probably got a feel for it a bit.
Well, it's pretty much like what I'm saying, right? Like I did not get my 100% confirmation, like, hey, like it's all like a big misunderstanding, and I think like that's kind of where I'm at right now. And especially in like this kind of atmosphere where it's prone to bad actors and just like scumbags, right? I mean, like, just gonna say it like it is, I don't think that having a tattoo is gonna redeem you from any like bad intent. That's just me.
Yeah.
But like, dude, I cannot say that it's bad. It might be legitimate, it might be, but like all I'm gonna say is like, hey, like if you're gonna ask me like, hey, are you sure? No, I'm not sure.
Yeah. Yep, fair enough.
I think so.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like it was quite a heated stream, that one.
Well, it was good viewership though. Like we had like 650 live viewers.
Well, that's good. That's good. I mean, I'm not in any of those projects, but nevertheless, people have to get called out or have to, I don't know, justify their position sometimes, that's for sure. And if they can't, well, I think in this business, you've got to err on the side of caution, don't you?
It's
because
true.
let's face it, we've had so many scammers come through, so
which is such a shame, right? Because like it's so much fun. I don't think like, Jules, I think if you just like do all the things right, I think there could be like plenty of opportunity to make like a life-changing amount of money. And even better, if you're gonna do it right and you would actually be one of like the better names, and in fact is the market is right there for the taking, I think you're gonna make a whole lot more money than just like scamming people.
Yeah, I would have thought so. Absolutely. I don't know, maybe people just prefer to take the quick and easy way, or unfortunately. Yeah.
I'd reckon so, which is just such a shame, right? Because if Nakamoto asking if I'm having Twitch, like we do these streams on Kick, Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter. So yeah, for anyone tuning in, right? Like nothing is stopping you from streaming this shit from each and every one platform. We need to up the numbers, folks. We are taking over Solana NFTs, and we are proudly autistic. So, um,
Undiagnosed.
I mean, I'm self-diagnosed. Like, if you just like meet me in real life, I'd just be socially awkward.
Yeah, fair enough. That's why we're on a screen 18 hours a day.
Oh, jeez, it's true, right? Like, I don't need any friends. I got my Jake Becks, and I got my Australian brother.
It's actually real friends are overrated.
True. I mean, it's true. By the way, like Jules, I'll show you something which I found like interesting. I with Orbis. Look at this one.
Oh yeah. I was listening to your interview with the founder to that one.
I mean, like he might just like live right across the street from you.
Well, he could, and I wouldn't know it. Yeah,
it's true.
Yeah, but he seems very, very invested in his project.
Yeah, for sure. That's like at the end of the day, right? Like I think people sometimes forget to just like embrace the core product, which is the art, right? Art and community. And I think like he can still expand upon like the community building, expand upon like the business side of things, but he seems to be really into like the art aspect of the business, and he's extremely passionate. I actually had him develop like a custom 101. Wait, let me share you this.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's pretty cool, eh?
Yeah. Yep, you're pretty lucky there. And wasn't he also very invested into the lore, the world building lore, that sort of thing?
I'm not sure if there's lore, but basically like he is very much invested. Jeez, one sec. All right. He's like very much invested in the theme, I would more so say. I don't think they have like lore per se, but like he's very much into streetwear, watching anime, being like an 80s to 90s kid, kaiju culture, etc. So like it's interesting. But I don't know, like what I find fun is that I actually like talk to the guy quite a lot, and he's like incredibly receptive on things which I think like can be like changed or adapted, which would just help them, right? Like so like just like the easiest thing would be just like, hey, get yourself like a few NFTs and just like mingle with these projects and build your community by like being another community member elsewhere.
Yeah, definitely. I absolutely think that's an underutilized way of growing projects' influence and reach. Yeah, definitely. Who doesn't love a good collab?
It's true. It's true. Feed off each other's what's it called? Community. Because especially now, like anyone is here right now is we're not like the fucking the degenerates, right? Like we're gonna grow to be like the OGs of season 2, if you will.
Yeah. Well, do you have your eye on any projects specifically at the moment, other than or it could just be the usual ones?
I think the usual ones are gonna play out like very very quickly. Shout out to you, Tonin. Cheers. Appreciate you tuning in. Dude, like Jules, like talking about technical analysis, right? This is definitely where I'm gonna pull out Tensor because, well, Rico, like you know I like my charts, so I'm waiting for Orbis to like integrate like the charts as Tensor is having, but like if so, it's gonna be bye. Again, folks, like to anyone tuning in, I'm autistic. I'm wearing a beanie with cat ears. I am wearing some kind of a mask. I call myself the NFT cap, for crying out loud. I'm not a financial advisor, so if you're gonna make like your own life decisions upon like something which like a slightly autistic like guy in his early 30s is drawing, then shame on you. Anyways,
Oh no, I think that technical analysis is underrated by a lot of people. Yeah.
It's only the people who have no fucking clue what they're talking about that they're gonna be that, oh, it doesn't work on NFTs. And I'm like, yeah, because like NFTs is very, very, very different from the rest. People
ridicule it, but I mean, you can chart so many different things very effectively. Aside from price action, you know, even you got your RSI, your stochastic RSI, all sorts of things, really. Even the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index, stuff like that.
Tweets per minute, like the way like diseases are spreading. You can like quite literally chart anything in life. So, I mean, to me, it looks very, very, very similar to this. Like you had like your first life cycle here, and then then not anymore. And I mean, like, even if this would not be the case, then here would be like your first life cycle, and then it's kind of similar yet again. Like it's always kind of repetitive, right? So but I do think this looks more familiar. And I mean, so this is one, right? I think like this is kind of undeniable. Breakout out of like a falling wedge structure. And I mean, like, I think like these are the options, or you're gonna have this and this, or you're just gonna shoot. But honestly, Jules, like I think like the first target is probably gonna be like the first like real macro target is probably gonna be like somewhere here between 20 and 40 Solana.
Yeah.
But I think like we're gonna break that. I think we're definitely gonna see something like this. Boom.
That'd be good. That'd be good.
I mean, like I'm kind of expecting that, and because you know what, when I'm looking at like the USD chart, right? It might make sense, and like it's kind of delusional right now. But I was just bluish, right?
Yeah.
I had them on the stream yesterday, and I was looking at this stuff, and I was like, this kind of reminds me of a pattern I've seen earlier, and that was actually Bitcoin.
Echoing the 4-year cycle or something like that, do you reckon?
A little bit. Like this is what I call like a partial decline. Wait, so it's pretty much here. Like this third kind of pattern.
Yeah.
To where it's pretty similar here. So if you would for the sake of it, right, as delusional as it might be right here, right now, and keeping into account, like, it only takes like a few serious buyers to get in, right? And so 5,000%, or something similar. And let's have a look at what that would be like on the USD or like the Solana chart. There we go. Now, that's not too far from this. And if you would actually like have your Fibonacci ratios, that would be like going back to the 786. So I'm not calling anything because like it's very speculative. But what if like Solana would actually go slightly higher in price and NFTs would go with it? Then this would be like all it takes.
Yeah. He's hoping.
I'm hoping and coping. I mean, like, you know what though, Jules? Like, and this is just like being real, right? If you're bullish at these levels, then what's your excuse to not be bullish at these levels?
Yep, true. Well, I'll still be here, I'm sure.
Never selling.
That's right.
Well, let's just like call it. Let's be hoping for a second, right? Let's say we're waking up one day, like we're actually at like 33.3 Solana.
Yep.
And what would you be doing? Like, would you be taking some profits there?
I might possibly, I don't know, I might make some trades so that I might get, I don't know, I really don't know, try to trade some of my mid rares maybe for some closer to the floor perhaps.
Yeah.
But no, I don't think so. I mean, I rode it all the way up and all the way down, so I suppose we'll just wait and see. Well, I mean, there's always ones that it's the whole grass is greener on the other side thing, isn't it? There's always some others that you want. You know, you get the ones that you want, and then there's others that you see on the market and you want them, and then you think, oh, well, maybe I'd prefer that one to this one that I have in my wallet, that sort of thing. Because I imagine that if that does happen, I imagine that volume would have probably substantially picked up, and there's probably more new faces, for lack of a better word, in the Discord, more people looking for trades. So, you know, there might be some movements to be had, but I don't know. I'm just not, I know this is, I just am not typically the sort of person to take profits. I just like holding stuff. I don't know.
One might say you like to collect.
Collect, yes, I do. Yeah. But I suppose everything is permanently for sale for the right price, isn't it? I mean,
sure. So, to be fair though, like you got like the kind of collection to where I mean, like, people can just like reach out to you. I'm sure that there's like over time people are going to be like, oh shit, you know what, this is actually like a trait which might be like quote unquote underappreciated, and I kind of want to get some exposure there.
That's true. I mean, obviously I've had people reach out to acquire my PFP, but the market conditions means that the offers that I'm getting are way below what I would potentially ever sell it for. So I'm just upfront with them. I'm saying, yeah, it's not enough. It's nowhere near enough. So yeah.
I think that makes sense. like, you know what, like I think like the only way like where you could like backwards engineer it to yourself to where it might make more sense to be like, hey, like if I could get myself this many floors with it, I would actually position myself better at like a later time.
Yeah.
But if you're in it for like the collect, I mean, like this Dylan is kind of you, whether you like it or not.
That's how I feel. So, yeah, I mean, we kind of used to joke about the Solana pause. You know, like I think there was some bored ape or someone who was ridiculing the poor people on Solana, and you know how they just a lot of people don't value things the way they might expect them to be valued on ETH. So even I recall FLC, Free Lunch Capital, was saying that on Solana, people don't seem to value sort of mid-rares and rares or grails commensurate with what they might potentially get on Ethereum. So I don't know. He was obviously deep in things like Azuki, I think, and
Yeah.
he had some bored apes as well. But you know, you see these super grail sales that are just over and above what you might expect in a ratio to the floor. So, like you might go, oh well, you know, a lot of people perhaps in the Discord would be thinking, oh, you know, a Dylan might, they'd put a ratio number on it, you know, like 6-1 or 8 or 10-1 or whatever it may be. But, you know, for me, it's got to be more like a 25-40-1, you know. So, but that's just not likely to happen at the moment. But it might one day. So, yeah. I mean, you know, like that's the only that Medusa there that you've got on screen. That's what, close to 900 Sol, right?
Pretty sure he would sell. He would probably sell it for less than 900 Sol.
Yeah. I'm sure that he would. I think actually that was the one that was won in a raffle at some point. It was owned by a super secret sort of whale called Degen Da Vinci, who's very inactive. And then out of the blue one day, he was like, oh, I'm just going to raffle this Medusa on FFF when it was a fad at the time. Everyone was raffling. Tons of DeGods were being raffled on FFF. They were being raffled in Dust, and yeah, he put it up for raffle, and some lucky buyer won it. And it may have changed hands since then, but yeah, that's what I remember that particular Medusa for. Yeah.
I mean, like I tried like reaching out to Degen Da Vinci like a lot of times, but I never ever got lucky.
Yeah, a lot of these big whales, they just don't reply, or I don't know, it's almost as though they don't even check their Twitter, or they're inactive, or who knows. Yeah, it's like you go to the biggest holder of DeGods there, SBB, and it's like, yeah, good luck. Good luck trying to get an answer out of him.
Yeah, I simply don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But it's definitely interesting food for thought. Like, I mean, I think like that's probably like the hard part with DeGods holistically, right? Like, I mean, like you said like a few things, so like let's dissect it a little bit. I do think though that DeGods right here, right now, are special in the way that even though like the floor price is not quite as high, people are paying a lot for like DeGods floors, right? Like you see, I mean, we've seen like mythic skins go for 10x the floor price, which is, well, rightfully so. I think they're awesome. When it comes down to collectors, I think that DeGods is one of the collections with like some of the most notorious collectors. Look at Jimmy Jam these days, right?
Yeah. Well, how much did that ice skin go for recently?
I think like 50 or 60 Solana.
Yeah, so that's a mythic skin, and that's a what? About 7x the current floor. Maybe it was 7 to 8x.
Wait, let me Yep.
And it's relisted there, is it? For
nope.
No,
it's a different one.
Different one.
So, Jules, here's like something I wanted to ask you, right? So, whenever the floor would rise, the ratios between floors and mythics would be obviously like a little more narrow.
Yeah.
Hence, the probably from like a game plan kind of strategy, it would probably be most beneficial to just like get floors, and like if the floor price would rise, you would get yourself some mythics. But there's also like this kind of a factor that whenever prices are higher, people have a really hard time letting go of their quality grills.
Yeah.
Right. So what about the good looking, because like you can get yourself like a shit looking radio skin and it might not go for all that much, but like the really good looking ones might be actually going for a lot more.
Yeah. True. I mean, some of the mythic skins, I think, just in the luck of the draw stakes, some just turned out better than others. As in, I think it's the acid skins, maybe, that even though it's the rarest skin, has relatively few aesthetically pleasing NFTs. I mean,
I got a pretty good acid one, if I say so myself.
Yeah.
It's not too bad though, is it?
No, it's pretty good. It is pretty good, that one. Yeah. But you know, I think you'll disagree with me, but yes, there are some good ones.
No, I get where you're coming from.
And these are obviously just the ones that are on Solana. The remainder are still on Ethereum. So
let's maybe go to the I think like that's I don't think those wallets are ever gonna really move too much, because like why would they, right? Like if any action would be taken already, then it would have been taken already, I believe. Like if where would it make sense for FLC to start letting go DGOTs right here, right now? I think that's...
Yeah. It's hard to say. I used to own that one, by the way.
Which one?
The tracksuit one, of course.
Wait.
There's only one tracksuit acid, and I owned it, that one. Paid a lot for it. Can't remember how much, but
did you sell it better though?
Oh yeah.
Nice.
You won't even believe me when I tell you.
Gee, I saw some. I saw actually some trades from Bluish the other day, which were absolutely mental.
Yeah, it was crazy times. But I mean, anyway, what's the floor for an acid now? We're talking 100 sol or something like that.
I mean, like recently,
that's a 10. That's what's that? That's about a what is that? 13, 14? I don't know. My maths.
Well, like the real question is like, what are they what are they going for, right? And I think like this one recently has been sold for like very low, like 35 Solana.
Right.
Just bottom things, right? Just like the lack of liquidity, essentially.
Yeah. Yeah.
This one obviously is pretty fucking good.
Oh yeah. Is that Sandman?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that definitely is Sandman.
Yeah. Now, but I'm gonna have to go shortly. But
Yeah, no worries, man.
but I need to get a Ute. So
Ooh.
I need your help.
Oh, let's get to it. What's the? Are you getting yourself like a good looking one, or just something nice at the floor?
I don't. Yeah, something pretty cheap. Let's say 2.5 Sol max, probably.
I probably would suggest to just like get something as close to the floor, because like
Yeah.
unless if you're gonna get yourself a crown ute or
Yeah.
a nounce, you might as
Yeah.
well just like go for like whatever you deem nicest at the floor, because everything is subjective, right?
Yeah. True. I
This
mean, I
one's pretty good,
typically
I
do
reckon.
anyway. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's pretty
I think
good.
this is yeah,
Yeah.
all makes
Alright.
sense. Yeah, like I would probably go for like something like that.
Yeah. No, I like that one. Yeah, all right. That's sound advice. Just stick to the floor, because I suppose the only other consideration is badges, right?
True.
What if I want to up my badge game? Because I'm stuck at around 18 badges or something like that, and I need to up my game.
Fair. Let me just like get to the. Is Utes even on? Nope. Shame on you, Orbis. Shame on you, Rico. There's like a few badges. I think like it's nouns, it's crowns, it's. Well, I mean, like you're Australian, right? So you might as well go for like the haircut. What's
There's the mullet. The mullet.
Yeah, I mean, wait. I think the mullet is probably the cheapest option.
Hang on. What was the second one? What was the one that you said after nouns?
Crowns.
Oh, crowns. And is hazmat a Ute trait as well as a DGod trait for badge purposes? I mean.
Yep, it is. A mullet going for 2.1.
Ooh. Well, I could get a Mickey Ute. Oh, it's just a bit above my budget. That's a banger. That one.
It's
the glasses.
It's true, but you know what? Like, just being real here, though, like, I wonder if it would be an investment which will return itself.
I'm sure it will over time.
I mean, like over time for sure. Wait,
I'm not in a hurry.
That's a good thing. Hazmat's being fairly cheap.
Oh yeah, 2.22.
I think that's actually like a decent deal. I'd rather have like a hazmat than a crown or like a mullet.
Yeah. All right. Yep. Thanks for that. I appreciate your assistance.
Oh, you're welcome, brother. Well, I appreciate you coming in.
Always a pleasure. Thanks for having me.
It is, brother. I'll continue like the stream for like 30 minutes or so, just so you know.
Yep.
And
no
like
worries.
I appreciate you stopping by.
Thanks, cat guy. We'll talk soon.
We'll per soon.
Yeah. All right. Bye.
All right, have a good one.
Cheers. Bye.
All right, folks. Let's just there's no stopping us, right? So, what shall I have a look at? I think it's let's do some digging. Nice to see actually Cups by Raposa doing extremely well. Ugh. They just pretty much 2x overnight. That's actually crazy. Let's see. Someone came in and swept like a whole bunch. It's pretty much like all the same wallet too. Who is that? Well, there you go. It's interesting, right? Because like we had like the founders on not too long ago, I believe like a week or so. And here we are. It should be noted that it's all going to one wallet, and I would love to know who the wallet is. But yeah, I mean, like if anything, like Will stepped in, and how much did he actually buy it for? Hard to guess right now, but interesting food for thought for sure. So yeah, I mean, like NFTs are just like heating up so hard, right? I think like everything is moving pretty much. Solana, monkey business getting swept up like there's no tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, like, what do you make of this? Successfully retested like the breakout. And where to now, right? Here first target, here the second, I guess. Potential bullish dragon, if I were to guess, right? Boom, there we go. You know what, folks, like the target of bullish dragons, right, is actually here. And even though it looks very, very, very far-fetched, would it be far-fetched to have something like this? Not sure. It could happen though. Like we're gonna have to wait. We're gonna have to wait and see. But if anything, I mean, like, so much has been happening in NFTs lately, right? Like we've had like some, as Jules said, some crazy Bored Ape sales. Actually, CryptoPunk sales. Analytics. Activity. I mean, like, this was not too long ago. How long? I think like 24 hours ago exactly. Nearly 300k still, nearly half a mil still on like a CryptoPunk. I mean, like, we've been calling the bottom on NFT for a while now, but like, it's kind of crazy. I mean, it doesn't appear to me like this is stopping anytime soon, right? And if you would have a look at like the overall market cap, it looks to me like there's so much room for growth still. This does not look like a fucking I mean, like, we're trading at what, like slightly over 2. I mean, like, we're trading at like what, 2 billion market cap. Total NFTs with a top of 16. So I think like what could potentially make sense, right? Like for like a first target, will be like a 4x from these levels from like the entire market cap. Somewhere in there. And I mean, like, I mean, like, at the end of the day, we're still in the collector's boom, right? Like, we're still in, people love to collect, right? Whether it's Pokemon cards, whether it's sports memorabilia, whether it's baseball cards. And I think like this is like the most fun collectible in the world, right? Like nothing beats these kind of digital collectibles. I think it's rather awesome, and I think like we're right at the start of things. If I were to guess, we're right at the start of things, and we're probably in for like a pretty good ride. It's gonna be a lot of fun, right? It's gonna be a lot of fun. Like, I know like the time is like quite shitty of like me streaming this right here right now, but still, like 76 people are tuning in for like a fairly small channel. So I think it's interesting. I think like we're rather at like the start of something than at the end of something. I think this is it. I think like in a few months from now, I would not be surprised if we're gonna look back and be like, oh well, this was the moment to actually buy in hindsight. And if I'm wrong, I'll be very sad. Anyways, guys, just so you know, I'll stream on later tonight as well, after the Medievals Town Hall, which is around like 8 p.m. CET. I'll make like a few YouTube videos on what we're seeing right now, because at the end of the day, I think like this is quite obvious. Like we're entering like the disbelief stage of the market. So yeah, that's that. Appreciate you guys tuning in. On to the next one, and cheers.